Welcome everyone. How are you all? How are you all? Is this main event? How are you all? I don't want main event. I want Sky F1, guys. I want Sky F1. I don't want main event. I want Sky F1, guys. I want Sky F1. Whoa, why is there a... There we go. Get rid of that. There we go. Right, done. I'm prepared. I'm ready. I'm set up. Let's do this. Yeah, not long to go, guys. Not long to go. Full 12 minutes. 12 minutes until we have quali. So, let's see. There's a bit of news that's happened, isn't there? Unfortunately, the sad passing of Red Bull co-founder Dietrich Mateschitz at 78. Other than that, not really any news. But yeah. We see, Shark, we do see what happens. We don't watch... let me change the chat box for a second. Hang on. So what it is, what we have... I'll show... Well, I can't quite show you yet because it hasn't loaded up yet. But we have F1 Live. So we have a live track map. And we have the live timings, the data to look at. And that's what we watch, basically. F1 Live is brilliant. We can see different sector times. See where people have gone purple, gone green, where they're compared to other drivers. So yeah, we don't get the actual coverage, unfortunately, due to copyright, but we've got the next best thing that is available. So this is for you. I'm doing this to bring you guys across the world who don't have access to F1 Live, like is in TV coverage, and also just to have a discussion with like-minded F1 fans as well, to watch alongside the actual race. So I've really enjoyed it. As soon as the driver tracker updates itself and the names come up, which normally is around about now actually, then we'll change scenes of it. People who pop into the stream know exactly what it is we've got to look at. I'm just loading it up. There we go. Right, hang on. So what I'll do is I'll change. But yeah, for anyone, I'm live streaming on TikTok, live streaming on YouTube as well. If you're on TikTok, hello everyone. Come over to YouTube to come and chat. But you can see the driver track map in front of you. Where am I here? I'm just trying to change the chat box again. Oh, this is annoying having to do this every time, but it is what it is. But yeah, who do we reckon is going to get pole, guys? Who do we reckon? Max set the fastest time by 3/10 from Charles Leclerc, didn't he? In that last practice session. Leclerc, unfortunately, while he is probably the man to take it to Max in this qualifying, has got a 10-second time penalty. But 10 place grid penalty for tomorrow because he's taken a power unit penalty. And yeah, Perez also is starting from the very back of the grid tomorrow. So there's two guys who are already going to be out of the running from starting at the front of the grid. Hopefully Sainz can take it to Max so that we get a challenge. Hamilton, possibly, but think he's still going to be just a little bit too slow for pole position compared to Sainz and Verstappen. It'll be the cheaters that get pole. Ooh, harsh words, harsh words. Yeah, still no announcement yet, is there? I think they're going to end up appealing it. That's what they're doing. They're not accepting what the FIA have proposed as a penalty, and they're going to appeal it. There's just so many rumours around at the moment. It's like, come on, guys, just give us the details. Stop these rumours. But yeah, we'll see. So we've got, what have we got now? 7 minutes until it starts, so not too long, guys. But I think my predictions for not getting out, I think big shock. I think Daniel Ricciardo is going to struggle here to get out of Q1. Hasn't looked well all weekend. Last time around in practice 3 earlier on, he was struggling big time. So yeah, I think we're going to see Danny Rick out of Q1. I'd like to see him make it through to at least Q2. But hey, Ryan, how's it going, buddy? Welcome. Welcome to any newbies. Welcome to everyone who has tuned in for the first time. Much appreciated. But just trying to have a look at Twitter, see if there's anything that is updating at the moment. Nothing really. Yeah, 10-place grid penalty for Leclerc just being reiterated for tomorrow. Yeah, not really information has come out, or any news has come out in the last couple of hours since Q3 and Q3 practice 3 to qualifying, which is a bit of a shame. I would have liked to have seen something from the cost cap, but yeah, no news really, no relevant news. Hey Dan, how's it going, buddy? Welcome, mate. 12 o'clock now. Wow. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock here. Well, nearly 11 o'clock anyway. How long have I been interested in Formula 1, Shark? I've been interested in Formula 1 since quite a young age. My granddad used to actually be a racing driver, like long before I was born. And he got me into F1 around the time, I can't remember what year it was, but when Mika Hakkinen was fighting Michael Schumacher. Maybe remember watching Damon Hill towards the end of his career. And then, yeah, I would say properly into F1. Like mid-2000s? Just before Lewis Hamilton came onto the scene. Hey, Tim. Welcome, buddy. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, hit that like and subscribe button, mate. We'll be back for the race tomorrow. Trying to do these every single race that we can. Of course, we've done the practice sessions. Sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't. But I like to at least try and make sure we make qualifying and the race. So you're going for Latifi, Vettel, Tsunoda, Schumacher and Albon out. Ooh, see, I'm going to say Zhou. Zhou hasn't looked good this weekend. He struggled. I'm going to say Zhou, Latifi, Mick, Ricciardo, guys, and Bottas. I think both of the Alphas are not going to get out. I think Albon will scrape through. That's more hope than anything. Hey, Kaka. Good to see you, man. Just discovered me from YouTube Shorts. Oh, nice one. It's good to see that the different types of platforms or different types of content are bringing people to these live streams and just a channel in general. That's the plan. So, Lewis Hamilton will get pole. It'd be interesting to see. Definitely throw a spanner in the works if he does get pole position. I just don't see it happening. I think he's just a couple of attempts off the pace of Verstappen and Leclerc. But we'll see. We will see. They're going to get clean laps. That's the main thing. In the practice sessions, a few of them weren't able necessarily to get clean laps, even though they still set really quick times. Finishing FIA has been way too silent when there are issues to be addressed. They should be addressed. Well, yeah, that's been the story of the FIA for the last few years, isn't it? No transparency. It took them forever to produce a report on what happened in Abu Dhabi, and then yeah, obviously we've got their argument is that it's a legal matter, and they're making sure things are done behind closed doors in private before they release it to the press. But there's always leaks anyway. If there's, I get there's legalities behind it, but then there's also, they need to be more transparent from the get-go. That's my opinion. But Zetu, thank you for the sub, buddy. Welcome. Is it true Mercedes front wing is illegal? It's not true, apparently. So that was just one of the rumours because they weren't putting it on their car yesterday, or they didn't put it on their car yesterday. But they've only got one version of that wing this weekend. The practice session yesterday, practice session 2, was a Pirelli tyre test. So not really any relevant information gained by putting that front wing on in that test session and risking damaging it. I don't know if they've used it in practice 3 for Lewis Hamilton's car. I'm assuming it's going to go on Lewis's car. He's had all the new... whenever they've brought new parts, it's gone on into his car first. So I don't know. But it's definitely not illegal. If Verstappen is going to get pole, that's my bet. Yeah, he looks strongest. Leclerc is not far behind him. If Leclerc gets a clean lap, he was a couple of attempts behind him from his fastest lap earlier on, but it was a little bit messy. Few little mistakes, oversteer out of the last corner, which of course lost him a lot of time, a lot of traction out of the last corner. So yeah, I think Leclerc can get it, but Leclerc's got a 10-place grid penalty, so it doesn't really mean much. How do you even see this page with the racetrack? It's F1 Live, Shark. So if you go on the F1 official, and qualifying is underway, guys. We have cars out on track. Kaka, also, thank you for the 25 bits. We are also live streaming, multi-streaming to Twitch and to TikTok. If you are on those platforms, I cannot read the chat there. I am reading chat purely on YouTube, and that is on TikTok. You can't see the chat on the stream. Because I'm streaming directly to TikTok, not through Streamlabs. So I am not talking to myself. I'm talking to everyone who is in YouTube chat. And then Twitch, you can see the YouTube chat, but you'll have to come over to YouTube. All a bit complicated, but yeah. Or you can just sit there and enjoy the stream for what it is. So yeah, Albon, Mick, Zhou and Latifi out early. So be interesting to see. So Max Verstappen did a 35.8 in practice, so be interested to see what these guys do. I don't think the Williams and that got anywhere near into the 36s, so it'd be interesting to see what they set on their first in their qualifying runs. FIA sweeping stuff under the rug. Well, yes, there is that, and that's why we want transparency, because we want to see fair competitive. We want to see fair sports, a fair sport at the end of the day, and we don't like to see stuff done behind closed doors because we don't know what's happening. So for the fairness of F1 and for the fairness of competitiveness, if that's the right way to describe it, I don't think it is. But just fair sport, fair play, level playing field in essence. That's what we want, and yeah. Okay, so only the two, one Alfa Romeo of Zhou. We've got Magnussen out on the track as well. So here goes Albon. Mick Schumacher up to T1. Has Mick been able to set a quicker time there than Albon? No, doesn't. All he has into the first sector. So what this displays, guys, is their sector times, seeing whether they are setting a green sector, which is faster than their fastest lap that they've set. Purple, of course, is fastest out of everyone. And then yellow is slower than their best lap time. Of course, these are the first guys out. So we're just comparing Mick to Albon here at the moment. Seems like Albon is probably a bit quicker. So we'll just come off of that until they come through and set their times. But no one else out yet. Apart from these 5, which is interesting to see. Do I think the Mercs can win a race this year? Yes, with a lot of luck. Really, I think they need a lot of luck. I don't really see what tracks between now and the end of the year are going to favour them. Maybe Interlagos? That might suit them. But I don't know. Interlagos is a little bit more power driven. So no, I don't see any track suiting them between now and the end of the year. They need a lot of luck. This is their best opportunity, I think. So we'll see. But 37.8 from Mick Schumacher, 37.9 from Alex Albon. Okay. So we now have Verstappen and Perez out on the grid. Leclerc's also come out as well. So Mick Schumacher fastest with a 37.8, Zhou with a 37.8. That's about the lap times that they set in practice 3. As we said, none of them getting close to breaking that 37-second mark. But Perez and Verstappen very close together. I think Perez going to go past Max? I mean, really, Perez is starting from the back of the grid, so it wouldn't surprise me if Perez gives Max the toe, especially if he gets through to Q3, which he probably will do. So there's that benefit as well, which Ferrari don't have. Just something for any team except Red Bull and Ferrari to get a win. Yeah, I mean, I'd even like to see Ferrari get a win. What I'd like to see in these last 4 races, or last 5 races, because we've still got COTA. Is it last 5 races? COTA, Mexico, Interlagos, Qatar? Do we go to Qatar? No, it's Abu Dhabi, isn't it? It's only 4 races, sorry. 4 races. So what I'd like to see is, end of the day, just some good fights up front. I don't want to see Max win every race by 20 seconds. It's just boring. If he wins while having a battle, fair enough. But I want to see fights for that win. So, lots of people out on track. Well, everyone's out on track now, apart from Latifi. Look how busy that is. Max getting out. Oh, is Max going to catch traffic? Max might catch traffic, you know. I'm sure they'll all get out of his way, but he might catch traffic here. Be great to see any other team win. Yeah, it would do. It would do. But you need luck. The Mercedes are really on pace alone. They're in like no man's land. They're quicker than the rest of the field, but they're not quick enough to beat Ferrari and the Red Bulls on pure pace. For any other team to win, we'd need a situation where a race is just a complete, like we had at Hungaroring last year and Monza the last couple of years. Something like that situation where the top teams clash or they get penalties and move to the back. Something along those lines. But don't really see it happening. But yeah, Max is going to catch traffic here, I think. Or maybe he's going to be just lucky enough. Oh no, he's going to catch traffic. Oh, keep an eye out on this, guys. Is this going to affect his time here? Because they're all going to back up for that last corner. No, he's going to be. I think he's going to be okay. He's going to have to. No, he's going to have to deal with Magnussen. Oh, this is going to get a little bit nasty. Look, he's having to overtake Magnussen. Oh, look at that traffic at the back. Oh, this is going to affect his time, surely. Surely. Maybe not. He's still going to go to the top of the charts, but maybe not. Maybe it didn't affect him too much. 35.8. It probably affected Perez with a 36.1. So, didn't affect him too much, actually. Here comes Leclerc. What is Leclerc going to be able to set? And Leclerc goes in with a 35.795. So Leclerc faster than Max that time around. Yeah, maybe Max got affected by those cars. Norris with a 37.0. That McLaren's not that quick here this week. Not that quick. Lance Stroll with a 36.8. I said it in practice 3. Those Aston Martins look good here this weekend. Definitely expect them to get some points. Russell with a 36.1. Okay. Not too bad considering he's been looking like he struggled a bit. Here comes Lewis. What is he able to set? A 36.148. So, yes, I don't know. As I said, that's where I think Hamilton is going to be. I think he's going to be about 2 to 3 tenths off of the top 2. So let's keep an eye on Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is coming round the last corner. Is he able to go faster than Leclerc or split Verstappen and Leclerc? No, he had to back out. Sainz had an issue. He's had to back out. He had a 2-minute 33. So he's probably on his fastest lap now. Bottas has got in there with a 36.8. Okay, so there goes my prediction of Bottas probably being knocked out of Q1. Ocon only a 37.2, whereas Alonso's done a 36.4. Ooh. So nearly everyone's set a time now, apart from Latifi and Sainz. Max coming into the pits, so yeah, he's happy. He's easily through Q1. No need for Leclerc, Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton to do another time, or Russell. They're clearly a lot quicker. None of those guys at the bottom are going to get anywhere near there. I said Ricciardo is at risk here, guys. He's currently 14th. Once Sainz gets a proper lap in, he will move down a position into that knockout zone. 37.383. Albon at the bottom. Okay, so Albon, just jumped up as I said that to P14. So yeah, so Danny Rick in the danger zone. What do I think about the budget cap? Do you think Red Bull should be punished? Yes, is the short answer to that. If they're found to have officially breached it, we're still waiting for official confirmation. It's all rumours. But yeah, the short answer is yes, they should be punished. And I think they should be punished for the year that they committed the breach. Not just future penalties. So that's what I think. So is Carlos Sainz on a fast lap? Oh, Carlos, sorry. Whoa. Carlos Sainz has just done a 35.2. Good lads. Good lads. That's what we like to see, because Sainz hasn't got a penalty tomorrow, and Sainz is really the only person I think who can beat Verstappen for pole. Leclerc can as well, but he's got that 10-place grid penalty, as we keep saying. So Sainz is really the man who can beat Verstappen outright tomorrow and start on the grid, further up the grid. No worries, buddy. Yeah, it's we've spoken a lot about the cost cap this weekend. Yeah, there's talks obviously about the 25% wind tunnel reduction for next year. Which would be a very sufficient penalty, but it shouldn't be the only penalty. You shouldn't just be, if you break the rules for a year that benefits you for that year in regards to winning the championship, you shouldn't have that. Why should you be allowed to keep those championships? Like, because the trade-off is that, okay, yeah, we get to keep those championships, but then in the future seasons, we'll start behind. We'll have our hands tied behind our back for the next couple of years, but eventually we'll be back up to where we should be. At least we got those world championships. Like, yeah, we got all the money from it, yeah, and all the marketing money and stuff, like the commercial money that you get from winning a world championship. That it shouldn't just be future penalties, it should be penalties for the year that you broke those rules. Just how it is in other sports. Titles get removed all the time in other sports. So, do you think the Haas's will get out Q1? If yes, who do you think will get out, Mick or Magnussen? If anyone gets out, I would say Magnussen. I always prefer Magnussen over Mick, but Mick is there in the moment at P12, so not too bad. But only 3 temps. I mean, between Magnussen and Mick Schumacher, there's 3 temps between them. Between getting out of 14th position, where Ocon is, Ocon's really not doing well there, is he? There's only 2 temps between them, so I fully expect that to change. Danny Rick, man, I called it. Danny Rick was one of my calls, but he's gonna miss out here. He's really not liking this track in this car, so. But apparently Guan Yu Zhu had a time deleted. So everyone in the pits at the moment fully don't expect to see the top 5 or top 6 come out again. Do you know what? Russell has been very quiet this weekend. Like, all the talk has kind of been about Hamilton, even on Sky, how much he loves this track. Rightly so, because he's won so many times here. I think he's won 6 times. But Russell hasn't set the timing screens alight in regards to the practice sessions. He snuck in a 36.1 there, or 195. Could he sneak up there? Ultimately, Hamilton and Russell, if it stayed where they are now, Hamilton would move up a position because Leclerc is moving back, and so is Perez as well. So I think Russell might be an underdog this weekend. Yeah, I think he might. Any surprise podiums for the race? I don't think we'll see any surprise podiums, but I think Mercedes have a potential for the podium tomorrow, definitely. Whether they have enough for the win, I don't know. I said it'd be interesting to see in Q3 what their fastest lap time is behind the Ferraris and the Red Bull. If they're a couple of attempts behind them, fully expect them to have the race pace tomorrow to take it to Ferrari and Red Bull. If they're more than that, then as it is at the moment, 8 temps, 9 temps behind Sainz, then I don't see them fighting for that win tomorrow. If Mercedes perform well, they might be on for a 1-2. 1-2 is wishful thinking. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have a good indication, I think, at the end of this qualifying, whether they'll be able to do it in the race tomorrow. Hey, Afia. Unfortunately, I don't know that language, so apologies. I'd love to learn another language, but yeah, I'm not quite bilingual. Poor English is my language. So everyone out on track now, or even Hamilton and Russell have even come out on track. Okay. Okay, maybe they're just trying to get a feel for things. They want to come back out and just set a lap time. I think no one's gonna knock off a second from the bottom guys to get ahead of them. I'm surprised they're doing that, but oh, where are you going? In 5 years' time, can you predict the Red Bull lineup? Max Verstappen and Nick De Vries. That's what I think. I think Perez will be there for another 2 years. De Vries will be in the AlphaTauri for 2 years, and then he'll move up. Right, so let's keep an eye on Magnussen. Shall we watch Magnussen's lap time here? He is slower than his last lap already. He needs to be in the greens to be able to beat his previous lap time. Greens through there, so he is improving. Slower through turn 10. This is important for him. Turn 11, so important for these guys. Getting the drive out of turn 11. He's purple. He's the quickest out of anyone. Even Signs through that little sector there. Wow. Got it hooked up. Got it hooked up through there. Although he's lost time down the straight. Maybe he used a little bit more battery through there. Don't know. But I think Madison's going to improve here. I think he will. Looks like he's up. So everyone has crossed the line in regards to doing a flying lap. Danny Ricciardo moves up. So we're just going to come off of Magnussen now because everyone's coming across the line. Danny Ricciardo in P13. Norris is in the danger zone. Ocon P14. What does Magnussen do? Magnussen does a 1:36.9. We knew it was a good time. Here comes Norris. Norris currently in the drop zone. What is he able to do? Is he able to get into those 36s? And yes, he does. 36.4. A very solid time for Lando. Never in doubt. But Ocon out as it stands. Ocon has been knocked out. Wow, that is a shock. Zhou jumps from the bottom to a 36.6. Whoa. And Albon's just through. So it's down to Latifi. Can Latifi knock his own teammate out of Q1? He needs 3 temps. Is he able to do it? Is the Latifi able to get off the bottom? No. I had hope, guys. I had hope. And Lewis gets into the 35s for the first time this weekend. Setting the same time as Max Verstappen last time around. But half a second off of Sainz, his quickest lap of a 35.2. So, I think that is everyone out. So we've got Latifi, Mick, Ocon. Ocon is out in P18. And then Danny Rick, who was my call, and Magnussen has... And Magnussen's been knocked out. I didn't see that. Wow. So, wow. So, Ocon, once again, being knocked out. Is he having issues with that car? He hasn't. He's been in kind of bottom half of the timing sheets all weekend. You can count it like death and taxes, but Latifi will qualify P20. Mick spun P1, did he? I didn't even see that. Do I think Mick is standing in F1? Maybe as a reserve driver, but it does seem like he might lose his Haas seat. Apparently it's in his own hands, but doing stuff like that he did just then is not good for him. Here goes Mick into T1. Wow, that was just got his entry all wrong and then spun it through the corner. But really tight at the bottom there. Only, whoa, if you look at it from Ocon up to Albon, only a couple of hundredths between them. Not a lot whatsoever. But yeah, Ricciardo, one who struggled with the car all weekend. Ocon, same as well. He's got a good car, apparently, Ocon. I mean, you look at Alonso up in P7, and that's a disappointing result for the Alpines there. But yeah, Albon getting through. I called it. Albon getting through. Go on, Albono. Stroll down into 14th and Vettel in 11th. But what a time by Zhou, by the way. And Gasly. Lots of people giving Gasly a lot of comparing... Oh, hang on. Yeah, he's just not liking that car, is he, Danny? Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you going? No, I need to see the screen. Don't go in front of the screen. Okay, you can stay there. Sitting right there at the moment. Where was I, guys? Gasly. Yes, Gasly in the first half of the year didn't really do very well. A few reliability issues. Lots of people saying Tsunoda performing much better. Look at him compared to Gasly. And then after the summer break, Gasly has just been on it. And yeah, really getting the most out of that AlphaTauri compared to Tsunoda. So, but yeah, Sainz with a 35.2, Leclerc, Verstappen. Oh, Hamilton had his lap time deleted. Look, 36.1 there, so he had his lap time deleted. Track limits really going to be strongly enforced here. Could play a factor when it comes to the final qualifying session. How come Schumacher lost it in T1? So it looks like he just went deep. He didn't lock up, but he was on the threshold of locking up. And then just went deep into T1, turned the car, or too much steering angle in the car when he came back round and just lost it. So just a driver error. You think Red Bull will favour Perez for the last... No. No, I do not think they will. This race, he's starting from the back of the grid tomorrow because he's got an engine penalty. And they only need 19 points. 19 more points than Ferrari to win the championship tomorrow. Today. No. They only need 19 more points in total to wrap up the Constructors' Championship. So they will... a win for Max Verstappen tomorrow will wrap that up. So they don't need to favour Perez whatsoever. But yeah, so Magnussen, Ricciardo, Ocon, Mick Schumacher, and of course Latifi at the bottom once again. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Latifi. But yeah, who do we reckon is going to be a shock in regards to someone getting through to Q3? Is it going to be one of the Alphas? Is it going to be one of the Aston Martins? Zhou shot up from the bottom of the grid there all the way up to P10. That was a good lap time last time. Do I think for CCS, what the Constructors... Is that the Constructors' Championship? No. No, they can't. But they want Max... Yeah, they're always going to favour Max. Magnussen going, look at the laps, look at the track limits. Maybe I'll creep through. But yeah. So, yeah, Perez, they won't favour Perez. But Max can do it all on his own. Like he has done pretty much all season. Oh, they're talking Andreas Seidel on the pit wall. What they got to say? Has he though, Andreas? Andreas Seidel just went, oh yeah, he's shown some good pace this weekend. It's just a shame. I don't think he has. Don't think he has, but... Right, here we go. Qualifying session is under the way. We're a minute into Q2 and no one is yet out on track. So, everyone waiting around. Bold prediction that none of Ferrari or Red Bull are getting pole today. Ooh. So you think one of the Mercedes is getting pole? It's a tall order. So Albon first out on track. Go on, Albono. You can do it. Yuki Tsunoda as well, and Gasly. So last time around, it was basically 36.9, wasn't it? Got them out of Q3. I think it was a 36.4 that Zhou did in P10. So we'll see what they see what times they need to get out of Q2 into Q3. Yeah, Max has got a lot in him. He got held up by traffic last time around. The fact that Sainz was half a second quicker than Max and Leclerc shows that they got held up by traffic. But it's good to see the Science has actually got some pace this weekend. So, but in Hamilton today, yeah, it'd be good to see him up there. It would be good to see him up there. I mean, they're all pretty much going to move up a couple of positions, depending on where Perez and Leclerc qualify. I expect Gasly to set a good time here. Oh, no. Ooh. What's Gasly doing? Driver tracker lagging out a bit. No, Gasly came into the pits. Okay, why Gasly come into the pits? What's he done there? But, right, here goes Russell on a flying lap. Lewis right behind Max. Probably try and get a sneaky little toe. But Vettel's on a flying lap as well. Keep an eye out on Vettel as he crosses the line. He sets a 1:37.1. So Albon's quicker than Aston Martin and the AlphaTauri. Okay, here comes Stroll. And Stroll goes a 37.2. Okay, so they're a lot slower than they were in... I always forget this. They're probably on used tyres. They're not on brand new softs. So that's probably why. But Bottas with a 36.7. And Zhou with a 36.9. And those Alfa Romeos not looking too bad here this weekend. 5 hours to wake up if you go to sleep right now. You'll be alright. Just have an extra shot of coffee in the morning. Oh, Gasly massively locked up into T1, which is why he came back into... he massively locked up into T1, which is why he came into the pits. Probably flat-spotted those tyres. It was quite a big puff of smoke there. So here comes Russell, round turn 19, where there's all getting done for track limits. And then round the last corner, what is he able to set? Is he able to get into the 35s? Yes, a 35.692. So I wonder if that was a new set of softs for the Mercedes. Norris, a 37.0, going only just a tenth faster than Albon. A 35.2 for Verstappen. That's a bit more like it. Definitely got held up by traffic last time around. Lewis, a 35.9. And Leclerc, a 35.246, knocks Verstappen off of a provisional... Well, I say provisional pole because it's Q2. Doesn't really matter at the moment. Sainz, is he able to beat Leclerc? No, a 35.5. So, yes. Perez coming through. 35.8. So, there we go. The top 6 cars getting into the 35s. But the Mercedes were on new tyres there. Not a very good lap time from Lewis. Did he have an issue? Did he lock up somewhere? I don't know, but yeah, not as quick from Lewis compared to Russell. But Russell still nearly half a second slower than pole position. Who do I think will win in qualifying out of the two Mercs? Well, I don't know. I said Russell's been a bit of an underdog this weekend. He's gone unnoticed, hasn't really done too much in regards to light up the lap times or the timing screens, and it's popped in with a nice cheeky little time there. Hey Fanny, welcome man. Okay, so at the moment Vettel, hang on. Just... Oh, Sebastian Vettel on screen. He didn't set a time either. What did he do? Vettel had his lap time deleted. So, yes, over here at turn 9, he had his lap time deleted by running wide. So, Gasly having to pit. Gasly and Vettel, the only guys not to set times. So... but yeah, Norris, Bottas and Zhou in 8th and 9th for the moment, guys. Wow, both Alfa Romeos possibly going to get through to Q3. Where's that come from? best rivals in your opinion were Seb and Lewis. Yeah, it was a good little era. It was a good little battle, wasn't it? That they had a couple of years ago. Well, Salvatore, this isn't my job. I wish it was, but it's not my full-time job. I love F1 too, man, and I love bringing these watch-alongs to you guys. I thank you to everyone who tunes into them, and the channel has been growing. It's been growing. I do sim racing as well on iRacing. So I've actually got some news. I've qualified for an event with Mercedes F1 sponsor, IWC Watches, in the UK. They did a time trial event with iRacing, and I was one of the top 4 in the UK, and I've qualified to a live event in London next month for some cool prizes on offer, and it'll be live streamed over on Twitch. It's 2 teams. It's Team George Russell and Team Jarno Opmeer, Mercedes esports driver, and I was on Team George Russell, and I've qualified. So yeah, put it in your calendars, guys. Hopefully, the new Drive to Survive season is good, Rainier. We spoke about this yesterday, actually. I think they've confirmed that they're actually changing the whole editing style. The drivers weren't happy about the forced rivalries and a number of different things. The way it was shown and edited, and the FIA sat down with them, or F1 sat down with them and said, you need to change it. And they're doing things differently this year, or for this season anyway. So thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Some cool prizes on offer. Going, and I think first team prize is a tour of the Mercedes F1 factory, a day on their simulators, and then like some cool merchandise. And then second place for the team event is a driving experience at Mercedes World in one of their AMG cars, GT cars, and stuff. So yeah, regardless, qualifying for the event has been some good prizes, so I'm looking forward to it. Right, so Albon, currently 11th, not doing bad here. Let's see if he can improve. Can he get into the 36s? I think this is going to chop and change a little bit. Alonso's safe, I think. I don't see any of those guys, other than maybe in Gasly, beating a 36.2 and Norris. So these guys are going to be on fresh softs now, so the times are going to improve. Definitely. So let's keep an eye on Albon. Is he? Oh, yes, he is quicker. He is definitely quicker. That's purples. That's purples. He's quicker than Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen in those little sectors there. Go on, Albon. He's flying. Absolutely flying. Look at them, purple sectors. He's going so fast, I hope that car don't blow up. Go on, Albon. Greens everywhere. I can't believe I'm seeing purples on a Williams lap time. Here he comes. A couple of corners. Alonso, don't get in the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Here he comes. Albon, where does he move up to? Currently P11 and moves up to a P8 of 36.36. What a lap time. Where has that come from? He's nearly a second quicker than Lance Stroll's time, than Tsunoda's time. 7 tenths quicker than what Norris was able to do last lap. Brilliant. Verstappen's into the pits, are clearly not really needing to use those tyres. Stand in the pits. Russell's going for another flying lap. Hamilton, yeah. Tsunoda moves up to 9th position. Gasly, only 10th position. Albon could be through to Q3 here. Vettel can't beat Albon's time. P9. Stroll. 36-0. Fair play. Fair play. But Albon. Norris, 36-3-4. Oh, he just out-qualifies him. So this is down to Bottas and Zhou here. Are they going to be? I fully expect they're on fresh tyres. They've been quick this weekend. Here comes Bottas. He's probably going to knock Albon out of Q. He does. 36-3-2-1. Look how tight that is, though. Only a couple of hundredths between them. Here comes Zhou. Can Zhou? Zhou could knock Norris out here. What time is Zhou going to set? Needs to beat a 36-3. He has. Norris is out of Q2. Not making it through to Q3. Oh, knocked out by 2 Alfa Romeos. That is a poor weekend by McLaren. Poor weekend. Here comes George Russell, though. Is Russell going to improve on his lap time of 35.69? And he doesn't. A 35.84. Lewis, does he improve? A 35.9? Yes, a 35.7. But still 5 tenths pretty much off of Leclerc's lap time and Max's. So there we go. Norris, Albon, Vettel, Gasly and Tsunoda knocked out. Wow. Wow. Fair play, Albon, though. You were close, man. You were close. You're literally... Oh, no! Zhou has had his lap time deleted. Zhou has had his lap time deleted, so Norris has been bumped back up into Q3. Wow. Is anyone else going to have their lap time deleted? Doesn't look like it. But Zhou... Oh, Norris, you lucky, lucky boy. You lucky boy. Albon qualifying P11, though. He will start in the top 10 tomorrow, though, Albon, because Perez has got a grid penalty to the back tomorrow. Or back of the grid penalty, so... But yeah, it feels like the Mercedes don't have the pace. They don't have the pace over a single lap here to stay with the Ferraris or the Red Bull. Unless they pull something out completely out of the bag in Q3. But that's not... It's half a second. It is a lot of time. We said... They need to be around... I think they really need to be around 2 tenths, 3 to 2 tenths slower than the top 2, or than Max, to see if they're going to have the race pace tomorrow. So... Bakara, why is everyone saying that the front wing of Merc is illegal? Because they weren't running it. They've only got one model. So... Wow, that AlphaTauri is porpoising quite a lot. He's not happy, Gasly. Not a happy man. Vettel should have gone for one more lap, considering the first lap was deleted, just the rhythm of the lap. Maybe. Mate, you talk about rhythm, but it's also having the time to come back in. You didn't have to take into account the out lap. It's the fuel as well. It's not just a case of, oh, let's go for another lap. They fuel the cars up like to the minute amount, and they'd obviously set their qualifying run. So it would have been pointless with those tyres kind of losing their new shine. So mods, please get rid of the spam bots. Thank you. Good job, lads. Russell deserves a win. Yeah, he does deserve one. He's been very consistent this year, but look, end of the day, deserving and actually getting what you want are two very different things. So, honestly, YouTube is quite poor for spam bots. They need to sort them out. There's so many. You get them in the comments as well with YouTube. But yeah, anyone who's on TikTok, I know I keep saying it, please feel free to hop over to YouTube. Just block them. Well, the thing is, Zion, you can't just block them. There's not like, from my understanding, as Kaka has said, YouTube moderation is bad. You can only time them out. You can't permanently block people. And they just keep coming back. Like, I've got an option to report, remove, put user in timeout. Now, I can remove individual messages, but I can't ban people like you can elsewhere. So, but yeah, thanks, Kaka. Thanks, guys. But yeah, guys, if you can hit that like button, be much appreciated. Helps push the stream. We'll be here tomorrow as well to do a watch along for the race. See if we can try and get to 100 likes. I don't know what we're at the moment. Currently at 13 likes. Come on, guys. Come on, we can do that. Hit that thumbs up button for us. How did Alpine accept Pierre Gasly? Because he's a good driver. I like Pierre Gasly. The AlphaTauri hasn't. It seems like he had an issue there. Last time around, he was in the top 10. So, seems like something appeared in that AlphaTauri mechanical issue in that qualifying session, which caused him to lock up. He was struggling into T1. So, yeah, not his fault there. Not his fault in Suzuka either. They had issues with the brakes. So, here we go. We're looking at Zhou. Oh, my God, it's so close. So close with him being out there. It's good to see track limits being enforced though, guys. Good to see it. So, just having a look at Lewis's time. Okay, so Lewis has got time in the bag. He didn't nail T1. So there's a bit of time to be found on Lewis's side of things. Right, here we go. Q3 starting, guys. Bottas not wasting any time. Neither is Russell. Gasly is madly talented, but the car this year is a shitbox. Yep, I agree. It'd be great to see him in a works car next year. And I've said it before, guys. When Fernando Alonso moves on from a team, what happens? That team improves and they fight for podiums next year. So, happened at Ferrari, happened at McLaren, and will probably happen at Alpine. So expect Ocon and Gasly to pick up maybe a couple of podiums next year, or at least to see Alpine make a step further up the grid and close that gap to the front guys. But yeah, wow, who would have thought that we'd see? It should really be two Alfa Romeos in Q3. But nice to see Bottas in Q3. He's had some very poor reliability issues this second half of the season. That Alfa Romeo has just not been very nice to him. He got knocked out as well, didn't he, at Spa by Latifi on his birthday, of all days. So good to see him in Q3. So only man not out on track is Hamilton and Stroll. Interesting. Not sure why they're waiting around. Oh, Hamilton's now coming out. There we go. So, I think we're going to see a time in the 34s here, guys. I think we might see a time in the 34s. 35.2 has been the quickest time, the last 2 quali sessions. Let's see what is going to be the fastest time this time around. Yes, agree, Dragon. I think they could be in that kind of no man's land, no man's zone. Best of the rest, basically. That's where Mercedes have been. Not fast enough to stay with the top guys, but but quite comfortably faster than everyone else. If I'm honest, Ocon is just invisible except for his win last year. I am just like, oh, is he still driving? Yeah, he kind of just goes about his business, Ocon. He has picked up quite a relatively good amount of points. But he hasn't done anything that I would say is exciting to make him like at the forefront of people's minds. So Alonso's the one who gets all the plaudits at Alpine. But Ocon's actually done pretty well in comparison to Alonso. So, but right, let's keep an eye out on Bottas. Stroll's still in the pits as well, by the way. Maybe he's got a technical issue. Nothing mentioned on TV at the moment. But here goes Bottas. Round turn 15. I think Russell's backed out, you know. He's let Norris and Alonso through. So I think Russell's had to back out. I'm watching Russell on TV. So Bottas, I'll show the sectors next time around, Dragon, because they're only doing 36.7 from Bottas. Here comes Norris. Norris a 36.5, so improving on the... Well, no, not improving on the lap time he did last time around, is he? He did a 36.3. 36.1 from Alonso. Just can't break into those 35s. Here comes Max. What's he going to set? 34s. Is he going to get into the 34s? Oh, close. Very, very close. 35.044. Right, so here goes Russell going on his actual flying lap now. Let's have a look at Leclerc's lap time. Is he quicker? Oh, yes, he is. Oh, Leclerc is very quick here, guys. No yellow time. Oh, he's setting purple sectors all over the place. Such a shame he's got a penalty tomorrow. Here he goes. What's he going to be able to set? We'll come off of it so we can see the actual time he sets. This is in the 34s. Got to be. A 34.6. Whoa. Whoa. A 35.1 for Perez. His best lap time of qualifying and practice as well. Sainz, a 34.7. Go on, Sainz. Sainz is really the man we need to look at here because Sainz hasn't got a penalty tomorrow. And a... Whoa! Where did that come from, Hamilton? Where did that come from? A 34.9? Have you been sandbagging this whole qualifying session? Where has that come from? He's only what, 1.5 tenths off of Sainz, who is technically provisional pole, net pole, because Leclerc is penalties. Let's have a look at Russell. Russell's coming around the last corner. What does Russell set? A 35.3. So Russell, not as good, improving on his last lap time. But where did that come from Lewis? I'm genuinely a little bit taken aback by that. I did not expect him to get into the 34s. I'm happy to see it. Very happy to see it. So Hamilton was fastest for the middle sector, apparently. Wow. I'm really surprised. Really surprised by that. What time is it in my country, Kat? We're currently 5 minutes to midnight. 4 a.m, Zan. Wow. 4 a.m. Commitment, that is. That's called commitment. So Stroll has now come out. So they wanted clean air for Stroll. By the way, I've only just noticed Stroll's got through to Q3. That's a good... I give Stroll a lot of stick, but that's a good quality session here from Stroll. Getting that Aston Martin into top 10. $4:24 a.m. 1 a.m. It's cool to see where you guys are in the world as well. So I appreciate you all tuning in, no matter where you are. 9 a.m. Okay, so Max is coming out. Here we go. We're on to the last runs. Max is not happy. Max is like, get me out there. Get me out there. So, really, Leclerc is out of the question here, guys. We're not concentrating on Leclerc. He's got a 10-place grid penalty for tomorrow. So, on net pole for tomorrow is Sainz, with Hamilton currently second. Verstappen would be third. Perez is starting from the back of the grid because he's got an engine penalty. So, Russell, Alonso, Norris, Bottas, and Stroll will move up a position. But 35.5 from Stroll. Wow. He's got into the 35s. Stroll's only 3 tenths away from Russell. Where has that pace come from? Look how much quicker he is than Alonso. Wow. I'm actually like a little bit surprised here. We'll go on board with Max Verstappen's sexta times in a minute when he comes round to do his qualifying lap. No, don't worry, Kat. Not much longer. Less than 5 minutes remaining. Dragon, we're about to show the sectors in a second. That Aston Martin looks good. I'm just looking at it on TV now. It looks planted. Doesn't look like it's moving about or struggling at all. Very good lap time. Right, here we go, guys. Oh, Max is going to have traffic. Max is going to have traffic. But here we go, on board with Max for his last lap. Have Red Bull cocked up here? Have Red Bull cocked up? Or have they just sent him out? Or is he not going to do a lap this time around? He's not going to do a lap, is he? He's not doing the lap. He's not doing a lap. Okay. So he's gone for a warm-up lap. Okay. He's gone for a warm-up lap. Unless Red Bull have cocked it up and gone, ah, shit. Like they was trying to get him out before the traffic. Seems a bit strange, that. He must have been doing a warm-up lap. Intriguing, that one. Alonso might be onto something when he goes to Aston Martin next season. Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, so what we'll see now, guys, is that a lot of the teams other than Mercedes, other than the top 3 teams, the other guys are going to be, of course, fighting for their positions in the Constructors' Championship because it means more prize money. But they've all got enough sponsorships and income anyway to be able to operate at the cost cap. Haas, I think, was the only team that wasn't able to operate at kind of the top near it. But they've now got a new sponsorship. Aston Martin... sorry, it's not just Aston Martin. All of these teams now are concentrating on new parts for next year. So in essence, these last 4 races are like testing sessions for them to see how these parts can improve their car for next year, because there's not any drastic regulation changes for next year. So, right. Yeah, Max definitely doing a warm-up lap. Definitely did a warm-up lap. So, Alonso just wants to drive to his 60. He definitely does, doesn't he? How long is left in quali? No, this is it. Everyone's got 1 lap to do. So, here we go. See what the guys can do. Bottas is going to be the first across the line. Hamilton is going to be last across the line. So, Bottas coming around T14. It'd be interesting to see if anyone has their laps deleted with them pushing so hard. This could be a possibility in this last lap shootout here between everyone. So Bottas looking to climb off of the bottom of P10. Still a great result anyway, getting into Q3. Can he improve on his 36.7? He's coming around the last corner. And yes, he does, by 4 attempts to get ahead of Lando Norris. That's a great time from an Alfa Romeo, guys. Here we go, Alonso. Alonso stays where he is, gets into the 35s. Norris, can he improve? Yes, a 35.6 goes ahead of Alonso and Bottas. And Perez, where does Perez go? Perez done a 34.6, knocking Sainz and Hamilton down. So the two guys who've got penalties are first and second. Here goes Leclerc. Can he improve? 34.6 last time around. He does a 34.4. Here goes Sainz. 34.3. Sainz is on pole position. Russell, can he move further up the grid? A little bit. 1 position ahead of Max. Here goes Max. Can he beat Sainz's lap? No! He's only in 3rd. Sainz is on pole unless Hamilton can throw in a stonker here. A 35.3 from Hamilton. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why? Oh. Whew. Guys. Max done a 34.4. Sainz on pole position. We have a race on our hands tomorrow, guys. Yes, that's what I wanted. Hamilton, a 34.9. Not able to improve there. I wonder, he must have had a big wiggle somewhere. Let's have a look on TV. Hamilton must have run wide, maybe, or something. But what a lap from Sainz of 34.3. Woohoo. Just looking at waiting on TV to see if Lewis had any issues somewhere, because that's a much slower lap time. Here we go. Max came round. Max seemed like to have a tidy lap. Nearly a 10th slower. And what about Lewis? Was there anything in regards to Lewis? Doesn't show it. Doesn't show Lewis's lap. He must have had an issue there to do a 35. But wow, guys. Wow. Credit to Stroll. P7. P7 for Stroll. Phenomenal. Phenomenal from Stroll. Like, he's obviously that gap between the top 6 guys. And Stroll's going to move up as well. So Leclerc and Perez have got penalties. Stroll's going to start P5 tomorrow, guys. Brilliant. So our grid for tomorrow is Sainz in P1, Verstappen P2, Hamilton and Russell on the second grid in 3rd and 4th. Stroll will be P5, Norris 6th, Alonso 7th, Bottas 8th, and then everyone else from below that. My maths brain is getting a little bit fuzzy. But yeah, wow. Adam, Mercedes are miles off the pace this weekend. Engineers and research team have got some serious work to do before next season. Yes, they do. Yes, 100% they do. But I think they're close. Well, are they close enough? I don't know. Not really. 6 tenths. That's a big gap between Sainz and Verstappen. We'll probably see something similar to what happened in Singapore, where those two will go off into the distance, and then the Mercedes will probably just sit in 4th and 5th. The thing is that I didn't see anyone do any long runs this weekend in the practice sessions because of the Pirelli tyre test. It kind of threw a spanner in the works. Everyone's been saving their hard tyres for the race tomorrow. Maybe the Mercedes can come into it tomorrow. I don't know, but 6 tenths off the fastest lap time is still a big chunk of time. Be interesting to see what their interviews are afterwards. maybe Hamilton had more in that last lap, but there was an issue that he had, or he locked up somewhere. But yeah, wow, we've got a race on our hands tomorrow, guys. That's just what I wanted. Sainz putting it in pole position. It's a shame Leclerc's got his penalty, because it'd be great to see the two Ferraris on the front grid with Max chasing them down, really. So Leclerc is going to be starting P11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, P12, sorry. It'd be starting P12. 10 place grid penalty. Simple maths. Take 10 away from 2. Or add 10 onto 2. So yeah, he'll be starting P12 tomorrow. He's got the pace to work his way through that grid pretty quickly. So hopefully he does something like Max has done in the last couple of races, where he started in the mid pack and he can get onto the back of the front guys pretty quickly, and then we can have a proper race tomorrow. But as always, the Ferrari is a little bit more harder on its tyres. There's that element to it. This track is harder on the tyres. It is a 2-stop strategy though tomorrow, so that will probably help Ferrari with a 2-stop strategy, because they don't have to look after their tyres as much as a 1-stop. So yeah, it's an interesting race tomorrow, guys. Merchants Disciples never put a lot of research in yet. They'll be improving the next races. Yeah, so my understanding is, I heard from someone who knows someone in Mercedes, and they said they now know where they've gone wrong. And it's not just the side pods, it's the whole combination. It's the whole car, which is why with the cost cap, they haven't been able to just throw money at it and make the changes that they want for this season. So I reckon we'll see the side pods come back for Mercedes next year. Ferrari and Red Bull clearly shown that side pods aren't a bad thing, and you can be much quicker with them. And it's just caused, that design has just caused too many issues for them this year. Design next year. So yeah, good night, cats. Leclerc, yeah. Lara, Leclerc is starting P12 tomorrow. He's got a 10-place grid penalty. Perez is starting from the back of the grid. He's got a back of the grid penalty because he's taken a whole new power unit. Leclerc's just taking a bit of a new turbo, I think it is. He's taking tomorrow. But yeah, guys, Kaka. No, so well, I'll have a, hang on. I'll just see if there's anything interesting on Twitter. I don't think there is. I'm just having a look. Let's have a look then. Let's have a quick look at Twitter and see what people have got to say. So, go on, Carlos. Don't worry, that won't be a penalty for Lewis, because remember, you get to do the bad thing 3 times, then have a chat with the stewards, then apply a penalty which won't affect the results, right? Stroll P5 for the race tomorrow. Yes, brilliant result for Lance Stroll and for Aston Martin. That also means that Sebastian Vettel will be starting 10th tomorrow, guys. Be starting 10th. You can tell by Gazzy's team radio, but he's leaving for Alpine next year. But yeah, brilliant qualifying for Carlos. He's been well. He's been on the pace here this weekend. Very much on the pace. As I said, I'd be interested to see if Lewis in his last lap made an error somewhere. I'd be interested to see what their perspectives are on the race tomorrow. If they feel like they've got a chance. I don't know. As I said, 6 tenths is still a massive gap to the guys up front over a single lap. So we'll see. But Ragdolls, that's what I've got. Yeah, not too much really, guys. Not really too much to say. Or people to say this, reload. Yeah. Not much else to say, guys. Well, that is it. We're not ending the stream just yet. Just want to say, Yeah, big thank you to everyone who's jumped into the stream, who is on TikTok, who is on Twitch. If you can head over to YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button, turn those notifications on. We'll be live for the race tomorrow. It's at 8 o'clock British time. So, yeah, turn your alarm clocks on. Thankfully, it's not an early one. Nice evening race. I don't normally get those in the UK. Only a couple of them. But, yeah, big thank you to everyone who enjoyed that. It was an interesting qualifying session. Max... Well, let's hope that Carlos can take it to Max tomorrow. He's in P1, essential for him to get into T1 first, and then yeah, hopefully they can have a battle to the end of the race, and Leclerc can get up onto the back of them too. And who knows, maybe the Mercedes has got some decent race pace, and they can get in the fold and mix it up as well. So yeah, thanks to everyone who joined. Much appreciated. Have a lovely rest of your evening, day, morning, wherever you are in the world. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.